Hello, welcome in Dobby's Den of Chaos. I'm Dobby of Chaos. This is my den, also of Chaos. Woke up and chose Chaos. Today we're playing Gambler's Table, which we have been playing for a while now, and last time wasn't sure if I'd be back because the table tried to eat me. But you know what? It worked out okay. It's just a prestige mechanic. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. We didn't get eaten, but it did eat all our little helpers. It also digested the coins and made me a little weary of picnics. And we're right into it. And you can see we start out with just a copper coin now, but we did indeed prestige. So what's going to happen now is we do start with a copper coin, but because we got these prestige done, we're going to be able to decide what coins the helpers flip, and also every time we buy a helper we'll actually get two. So first I got to build up a little bit of coins here, because that's how you do. You build up coins, and then I buy helpers, and two of them come in. Not just one, but two. Now they're taking turns flipping the single coin. So now's the time to figure out if I really can get more helpers than coins, and if it really does add up to, more profit. Step 3, profit. Man, that's a blast from the past reference. But right now we just have a bunch of helpers who are mostly just standing around waiting their turn to flip the 3 coins. But they are making us profit, so we are collecting more coins now, and we're going to keep them all busy. We're going to try to keep a good ratio between coins and helpers this time. I think if we maximize our use and be more efficient with our helpers, especially we get in 2 for 1, I think we're going to be able to add up a lot more money a lot quicker, which means another prestige, which, we're trying not to talk about it too tough, but that prestige, you're not used to getting a jump scare during a laid back clicker. That was nice. That was unexpectedly, gruesomely awesome. Definitely these 2 German guys, they definitely have a good sense of humor, which, I've known some German guys, and they typically do have pretty good senses of humor. So I approve. But yeah, so we got a ton of helpers. They're all flipping the coins. They're making us some monies. And it's looking like they're actually, some of them are just standing by, even with some of them sleeping. So we're going to give them some more coins to play with. And we're going to try to keep them, it's all about efficiency this run. I think it's all about efficiency. I think it's keeping our helpers at maximum benefit. Keeping them poked when they need it. When they need a little boop. Sometimes they need a little boop. But once we get enough helpers on the board, we should be quick with this whole double up helper deal. Once we get enough of them on board, it shouldn't be a problem. They should be enough of them awake at all times that even if some of them are taking naps, we can just let them. I mean, they worked hard. We can make the coins worth more right away, and then we don't have to increase the number of coins or helpers to make more money. We just make more money. We're making 15 a second, 20 a second, and that's without even clicking myself. That's just totally the helper. So this is really good policy that, would have, if I ever do a playthrough of the main game, we'll start out with knowing the helpers do a good ratio. We got silver on the board now. So they don't have the ability to flip it yet. But soon we'll be able to play with the fact that we can choose which ones they flip and which ones they don't. So that'll be what it's over for right now. I'll just click it myself and make 20 coin, $20, 20 monies per successful flip. But if we add a little bit of silver charge, and eventually get the, silver glide and stuff like that. But if we add a bit of money to it, it means that even though I'm clicking it myself, because that's what we need to do is get them to be able to flip it. We need hard workers and bigger hands. No, we just need bigger hands. The hard workers just makes them more efficient. Right now they're running pretty good because we have so many helpers versus coins. We're actually getting $20 a second, which I think is better than $38. It's like 30. Oh man, yeah, no. And we're only a couple of minutes into this run. We're doing a lot better this run. It's because of the helpers. I'm telling you, maximizing the efficiency of the helpers was how I should have started it. And now that they can get the silvers, and yeah, I want to get some more silver coins. They're not that much, but we can get helpers instead. Doesn't make it obvious it's a voiceover. But you can see that we're getting, what, 10 a second? 30 a second? It's averaging around, I don't know, 50 monies a second, which is huge compared to what we were getting before. We'll be up to gold. No problem now. Should be able to afford a couple of silver coins. But I feel like our helpers need a little more help though. I want to make sure the ratio is good before we start getting into the silver coins. But now we have two, three. How many do we have? A couple. But if we make them more expensive now that they're flipping them, and we make the copper ones more expensive. Remember, we want to go for shockwave this time too, I think. Shockwave is going to make a huge difference, I feel like. We're already getting close to 100 per second on average-ish. Maths. I don't know, maybe like 50, 60, 80. I don't know. Averages, add, divide, you know. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're constantly clicking at this point. We're constantly having stuff we can buy. And we just wait 1 second and we get another silver coin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already moving a lot faster pace than where we were at the end of the run. And that, my friends, is a prestige mechanic. That's the point. Is that once things start slowing down, then you prestige, and booyah. Bob's your uncle. You start progressing a lot faster. And then it takes a lot longer to slow down. And then once it slows down, you prestige again. Now the trick is to see if they balance the skill tree point collection to the point where we actually start getting the skill tree points and the ability to prestige. Can I do this yet? Yeah, let's see what happens when they just... Oh, they all just started standing still. Yeah, they're only flipping the silver ones now. And you can see we're getting 21 a second, 42 a second. That's just from the silver ones. So if we get more silver coins, makes them busier. So more of them are running around. But the silver coins are constantly being flipped now. What if this is more than we were making before? Because now we're at 50, 35... When I get them, I can just make them stand still. But if they get both the copper and the silver coins, I feel like that's faster. I feel like that's still faster. 69, 77. I feel like if we need to get more coins if we're going to like switch them over to just do the coins, and we got to boop them. We got to boop them. We got to keep them at it. Because they're overwhelmed with too many coins when it's both the copper and the silver coins. We put them on just the silver coins. They're like standing around. They like don't know what to do. Oh man. But we're definitely making more than both on right now. But they're not getting the silver coins, or sometimes just sitting there because they're not getting them as much. So it's a balance, and I don't think I have the maths. I don't think I have the maths to figure out exactly what the best course of action will be. But I'm going to do it based on feel. It's like vibe clicker. It's vibe clickery. Clickery via vibe. Like I'm trying to do coding right now. Vibe coding. It's, But yeah, so we're making good now. We're making like 185 a second. 108. We're well over 100 a second now. And that's with them like getting all of it. They're just clicking whatever they can click, and with me helping a little. If we get more coins and more helpers, I Maybe we get enough helpers, we can get to where they're getting the copper and then they're standing still getting both of them. I think that would be the most efficient use of them. But I know you gotta be able to use that clicker, that choose which ones they get mechanic for something. We make them more expensive. They're definitely, every time we do something like that, it's gonna make them cost more. If I can save up and get this silver glide though at 100,000, that would be really helpful. Then I can just use my mouse to glide over them, and we get a bunch of silvers all at once. But really, I want it to be the helpers. I really just want to get a huge ratio of helpers. I want to get it like to where there's like a white blob of helpers. I mean, there's a limit. You can get, so I got 11 out of 30, but that actually means I have 22 because I'm getting 2 per. So the most you can get is 60. That's still going to look like a white Pillsbury blob rolling around picking up these coins. I think that that's the goal, is to max out that helpers. For sure. We're making it well over 100 on average now, I dare say. Which is just getting us more and more helpers. Yeah, I think if we max out the helpers, like everything else is just going to flow. It's just going to flow together. Because if we get so many helpers that we can't make them over busy. Like, they're just waiting on me to get more coins because they're not working. They don't have anything to flip like right now. I think that's the ratio going on. So they're staying around. So every time I buy a new coin, that's just a coin that's immediately getting flipped. So overdoing the, ooh, I can get the silver transmutation now. That multiplies by a great deal how much you're getting per coin. So it's like 25% more. So, which then adds up to, when you increase its value, it also is 25% more than what you're actually, so instead of just increasing it $5, you're increasing it $6. And then the more of those 25% you have, and that's, I think that was pretty good math. I think that was decent math. I think that's accurate. We'll see on the replay, but I think that that was pretty decent math. But yeah. Yeah, we're really moving now. And like I say, it's just gonna, now we're well over 200. Well over 200. Like 200-ish. You see, like 285, 254. We're well over 200 now a second. This is progressing a lot faster. We're still just as fast as we can click. It's just a matter of deciding what do we want to increase. You know, I like the silver streak. That makes it flip faster, so it spends less time in the air. That'll also mean that the helpers get busier. Because if they're spending less time in the air, they're spending more time flippable. More of them will have a job. But we definitely aren't worried about the sleeping ones at this point. They can take their naps. They can rest cozy. Because when they're up, they're working, or they're just standing still. Some of them are still up, but standing still. It's all about getting more coins. For them to do stuff with, and that's exactly the ratio we want to have. Look, we're well over 300. We're progressing so fast. We're halfway to our next skill tree point. One of the achievements, because I want to get to 100% achievement in this run if I can, and I've been playing in my spare time, like off record by the time I get to the end of this, because like it's a fun game to play, and I'm almost up to literally 100% of achievements. So I'll be able to, I'm not going to show you the like 5 to, I don't know, 30 hours I've spent playing. I don't know how long it's been. Just watching it click over, like, it's mesmerizing. I really find it hypnotic, especially, like, later in game. But the point is, I'm pretty sure by the time I finish all these videos getting posted, I'm going to have 100% completion. That's my goal. And either way, one day I will accomplish 100% completion and make that the truth. And that day, I will change the playlist name so that we all know I've gotten 100% completion.